What's up guys, Epic fucking Slayers here, welcome back to a brand new Division video. Today I want to introduce a short series to my channel surrounding the NINJABIKE backpack, which is possibly the best, along with Skull's MC Gloves, best exotic at the moment and will be in 1.8. So I thought it'd be a good idea to do some sort of best NINJABIKE builds on my channel for you guys, so that when 1.8 comes out, you know what the best builds are and you can get right to it, or at least get your build ready for 1.8. Hopefully you do enjoy this one. If you do, drop a like, subscribe, and let's get to it. So welcome agents to episode 1 of this best NINJABIKE builds series. The first episode we're going to look at a Predator's Mark Tactician's hybrid build, and hopefully you do enjoy this one. This will be a PvP build, and I can tell you from using this build in any PvP, this build melts, and I really mean it here. So as you can see, we've got NINJABIKE Barrett's chest piece, 3-piece Predators and 1-piece Tacticians, and of course because of NINJABIKE we get 4-piece Predators and 2-piece Tacticians. So Barrett's bulletproof vest, if you're probably aware of this, is a little bit of gear that took me a very long time to get. But as you can see, the bulletproof vest is a very strong piece of gear when you've got the right combination of skills and stuff around it so that you can utilize it. As the major attributes, as you can see, we have health, skill haste, and ammo capacity. In 1.8, health will probably still be one of the best rolls you can get in the major attributes, so certainly recommend keeping that, and skill haste is of course very important on this build. Moving on to the Predator's Mark mask, electronics, and crit hit chance. I would actually say here, if I could change anything, the major attribute of crit hit chance I would change to skill power. The more skill power the better with this build, I find actually. The crit hit chance is not needed really, but with that said, I will go over the changes in 1.8 and how this build will differ from now. So moving on to the Tactician's Authority knee pad, skill power, and then we've got your minor attributes rolled into electronics. You could either go for health or skill power here. I've gone for skill power, but in 1.8 you may want to go for health. It's up to you really. You will probably have to test out, see how you feel with having such low stamina and health in 1.8, because obviously it will be changing in 1.8 with stamina. Moving on to the NINJABIKE, I've gone for health and ammo capacity. Again, this is up to you whether you want to run skill power or health here or anything else really, but I would recommend either health or skill power here because I think those are still going to be the best in 1.8. Moving on to the Predator's Mark gloves, we get skill haste, assault rifle damage, crit hit damage. I think those are going to be the best in slot in 1.8. Of course, in 1.8, assault rifle damage will not be there as that. It will be a percentage amount. So obviously, the higher the percentage, the better. And then lastly, for the holster, we've gone with skill haste, and then of course we've gone with your normal sort of talents on there. Sorry, your normal stats on there: firearms, stamina, and then electronics. So the set itself, the idea behind it is that you get the bleed on your target. Because you are running an M4 on this build, you want to be running a high rate of fire weapon. So something like an M4, maybe the House SMG, which will be coming out, an MP7 for example, some of that's going to put the bleed on quickly. Because I can tell you now, a lot of people, as soon as they start bleeding, they immediately medkit, they run out of medkits very quickly. And that's the reason why I love using this build. People panic a lot when they get that bleed on. So you get 10% reload speed, you're getting the 8% assault rifle damage, and then you're getting the SMG damage, and then of course Predator's Mark on there. And the reason we're using Tacticians is so that we can get that 50% skill haste, because with the 2-piece we get that extra 15% skill haste. And the reason we want to have that is because we've got Barrett's bulletproof. So as you can see, no skills on cooldown increases skill power by 10%. So the quicker you're getting those skills back, then that talent's going to proc. And then when you do proc a talent like Pulse, then you're going to have 1 skill on cooldown. You're going to get that extra 5% damage. So on top of Predators, you get an extra 13% damage. And then if you actually use a heal at any point, then you increase your armor by 10% on there as well. The actual mods, I'm running firearms mods with skill haste on here. I believe I'm running 3 firearms, or it might be actually 2 here. Let me just quickly check because I can't remember. No, it's 3 firearms with skill haste. Also running 1 electronics mod with skill haste, and then 1 electronics mod with skill power. If you've actually got the highest amount of skill haste on all your pieces, you actually only need 3 pieces of skill haste on your mods. So just remember that, and then you can pretty much spec what you want. Now, as again, the weapon of choice is up to you, but you want to be using a high rate of fire weapon, applying that bleed, fucking hell, that bleed as much as possible, so that the target, whoever it is in PvP, panic, because I promise you now, people panic a lot. Now, my M4 has Deadly Adept and Unforgiven, of course. Adept and Deadly go hand in hand, especially in 1.7.1. In 1.8, Adept is changing. You can only actually use it twice, which does mean you're still going to get 15% here, so that's not too bad. If you include that on top of your actual stats here, then you're looking at about 27.5%. And then if you did want to put it on your mask, then that puts you at about 30%, which is pretty good anyway, especially when you're getting that 13% damage from Barretts and Predators anyway. And then lastly, Unforgiving. Really, for me, I'd probably rather go with Adept, Competent, and Deadly. Personally, again, that's entirely up to your playstyle, but you're going to be using your skills a lot, so you're going to want skill power based talents. Someone like Competent is very strong. Adept will still be strong in 1.8, and then Deadly goes with that hand in hand. You may actually want to not have Deadly on here instead of someone like Responsive. It's entirely up to you, to be honest, guys. And of course, you just want to always be speccing for crit chance and crit damage. It's still going to be the best in 1.8 because there's no changes to headshot at this present time, from my understanding. Then yeah, you're still going to be wanting to crit and crit damage as much as possible. If I move on to my actual abilities, running Pulse on here, as you can see, my crit chance is at 21.7%. So even if Adept in 1.8 is only a 2-stack, then you're looking at 30% with all the things that I've said. And if you Pulse, you're getting, wow, 51% crit chance on there, and then you're getting quite a lot of crit damage as well, because if you go on my character at the moment, then my crit damage is 113%. So if you then add that, you're looking at what, 134% crit damage, which is really, really strong. Plus 13% damage you're getting from Predators and then Barretts as well, which is, again, really, really strong. Now, I didn't know whether you should overdose or booster shot on this build. I tested them both. When you're almost at no health, booster shot will not get you to full health. So I didn't think using a vigorous chest was a good idea. Instead, I've gone for Barretts on this one, and I've actually ran overdose. When you're at very, very low health, if you use overdose, you'll get full heal all the way overhealed. So that's really, really strong. And then, of course, you go for your standard recovery link on here, as I always use in PvP. So that's the build, guys. I mean, this build is really, really good in PvP because A, it causes a lot of bleed on targets quickly, and a lot of targets in PvP especially, a lot of agents will panic and pop a med kit or pop a heal. Whatever they want to do, they're going to panic when that bleed sets in. You're going to be getting your skills back pretty quickly with 50% skill haste. You're going to be getting 13% damage when you pulse, plus you're going to be getting around 50% crit chance, and you're also going to be getting around 135% crit damage. So you're going to be doing a lot of damage with this M4. You've got really good skill power at over 6,000. Your firearms is over at 5,000. Your stamina is very low, and to be honest, because 1.8 is not around now, I can't test whether the stamina on this is too low. But from now, if you are comfortable with having such a low stamina like I am, then yeah, you're not going to have a problem with this build. So hopefully you did enjoy this one. This is going to be probably the best, in my opinion, in Predator's Mark build with NINJABIKE in 1.7.1 and in 1.8. But we'll have to see in 1.8. I will just say this build is going to be very, very strong. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did, drop a like, subscribe. And until next time, peace.